right, this is very important. Have you been briefed? Did they tell you what was going on?
Something about you. You have court on Tuesday.
Yes.
And
My stalkers have impersonated me and violated a restraining order to trigger a criminal case against me, and it's interfering with my life. I had shit to do then. It's obvious. That's not the only thing they've done. They swatted me earlier this week. They called the mental health place and told them crazy shit and had officers and mental health staff come to my house. They sent packages, cash on demand. They've blown my phone up and harassed me. It's off the hook right now. And I've got to go to court. I already checked what it is. It's for violating the court restraining order, but there's no fucking way that's me. I never bother anyone. I never do anything. I block 2 hours every day for more than 10 years. It's my stalkers manipulating things. And you did the same thing at the marina. When the marina where I had my yachts, you got tricked by my stalkers on December 18th, 2024. You guys came with the mental health workers and stuff, and it pissed off the harbor master, and he evicted me on the spot. He told me in 7 seconds in the conversation, you don't need to be here, because you all got manipulated into coming and harassing me, and now they're manipulating you into putting criminal charges on me. And I lost my 2 yachts and my truck and thousands of dollars worth of stuff. That was my disability back pay. If I lose my new home and everything I own again, the community is in danger. I'm not putting up with this bullshit anymore. And I was there to report impersonation with your officers, and I got video of it just the other day. And the officers looked at video that I'm showing them, that's video that I made of me, that was downloaded and then re-uploaded to a site under my legal name, claiming to be me, impersonating me. And they told me I don't look like me. That's not me. Absolute gaslighting. Fucking criminal gaslighting. It's felony impersonation. Now that they have triggered a criminal charge because they impersonated me, that's another felony. That's a whole separate thing. They tricked you into thinking an account taking actions was me. It's an automatic felony. And since you filed charges against me, the trick happened. Like, they fell for the trick. They convinced someone they were me.
Mr. Woodard, I think the best thing is to show up in court so you can show that it.
How do I show it? I don't know what it is. I don't have access. You guys had the interaction with fake me. I don't know where to find it. I don't know what it said. I can't judge that. You all need to investigate the account being accused of doing something. I don't even know what it is that they did. But if you go, and you admitted this, and I got you on camera back with the marina, you admitted that the account that tricked you then was 1 day old. I suspect you'll find something similar here. Or maybe a bunch of videos for like Raging Rob, and it's really just one of his channels, and he's got hundreds of other videos about himself. I don't know, but I can't check on it. I can't investigate it. You have to investigate it. I am being impersonated, and your department has filed criminal charges against me because of what someone pretending to be me did.
Do you know what they filed the charges on?
Excuse me, repeat that.
What kind of criminal charges did they file?
Violating restraining order. It cannot be me. I didn't do anything. I never do shit. It's not me. I don't know what happened, but it's obviously my stalkers manipulating things. And they're on fire. They've been doing shit all week. So it's impersonation. Someone is impersonating me, and you're telling me to investigate it. You all have that information. I don't know what the account is. I don't know what platform it's on. I don't know if they made an email address with my nigger name. I don't know what it is. You all know. You need to investigate the account saying they're me, and that's doing whatever it was that caused you to criminally charge me with violating a restraining order.
Now, was this on Facebook, YouTube?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't have access to that information. You guys got tricked by someone pretending to be me. You need to tell me what I supposedly did. I don't know what platform. I don't know what they said. I don't know what they did. I don't have a way to know that. Someone pretended to be me and triggered criminal charges against me. I need that information. You tell me what I'm being accused of saying or doing and where.
Okay, let me see what I can find.
Yes, it's extremely important. It's also likely to continue because they didn't get an arrest. So they'll just keep doing things as me until you arrest me. They did that back in 24 with bomb threats. They used an AI to generate fake bomb threats and with my voice and shit and had me arrested for bomb threats. I sat in jail for 3 days and never even got arraigned. Probably because I don't, again, in that situation, I don't know exactly what they did, but the DA didn't pick up the case, and I had to pay $1,000 in impound and was in jail for days, and it's all bad. But I am warning you all, and this is, of course, being recorded on public. If you all don't get your shit together and do something about my fucking stalkers, this community will pay a terrible price. Do you understand what I'm saying, man?
Yes.
Yeah. And they are going to know, the public will know you've been warned. The public will know that you failed at your duties and endangered everyone. These are horrible felonies being committed against me, like the swatting just a few days ago. That's a felony involving a firearm. They sent armed men to my residence to provoke and intimidate me, and I had nothing to do with it. I was in bed asleep. Who knows what they said?
Was that Wednesday?
May, I think so, yes. But again, I don't know what they did, but they did it back in 24, the December 18th, 24, they did it, and I got video from the next day talking to your officers. They admitted that the account that had tricked them was 1 day old. I don't know what they're talking to you as. You all know, and you need to investigate. One of the simplest techniques is to go to the About section. It used to be a clearly labeled tab on Google accounts, like on YouTube and stuff. But now it's a little, if you look at the YouTube channel name and you look just below the text of the title of the channel name, there's a little, a smaller font text that you can click on, and it opens the About menu. It's not labeled as an About button anymore. It used to be. But under that menu, it includes details like, when was this account made? So you all need to do that if it's a Google account. I don't know that. It could be Facebook, could be Twitter, could be TikTok. I don't know. But I do know that I haven't done anything to anybody or said anything to anyone, and I never do, and the stalkers are manipulating you. Furthermore, the swatting earlier was also a felony, and they sent packages to they sent packages, cash on demand here. I wasn't even home, and it bothered my roommates. Also, there's a place in Texas. They have victims all over the country. These are right-wing Nazis, and they do a lot of shit. So there's a dude in Texas that they're harassing, and they're telling them they're going to kill him. They're telling them they're coming. They're telling them they've got guns, and they're going to kill this man and his family. And then they made an account with my name and my real phone number and ordered a pizza and sent it to his house. And the pizza man calls me here in California, like, hey, we're here with your pizza. Where are you? And I'm like, no. I didn't order that. And the door you're going to knock on is the victim of threats and is being told people are going to kill him and people are coming for him. And at 10 p.m. at night, I remember it was late, he's going to get a knock on his door and this could go bad. Do you understand the seriousness of that situation? They're setting up a murder. If that man had shot through the door or something, you're going to end up in a situation, a dead body with my name on the order and my phone number on the order, like I did it.
Hey, do you have all these case numbers that you allegedly were involved in?
Case numbers. Which one case numbers? Like
the one for the swatting.
I have a complaint. No, that was for the other one, the first swatting. I already went and filed a formal complaint. They did it a few weeks ago, too. They were harassing me on a live stream, and they told me, among many, they doxed me, put my number on there, threatened me, said they had guns, they were looking through my window, and then they said, here's one of the many statements, well, a clear statement, 3 words, 5150, swatting and coming. So I called the police to notify you all, and assuming I have to take them seriously, they really do that shit. So I called to notify you all, tell you you're going to get phone calls saying I have a hostage, I have a gun, which is another thing that they did back at the marina. They specifically used that one. They claimed I'd taken a security guard hostage with a gun. they and I told the dispatch, I don't want to give you my address. I'm scared to give you my address because it might cause you to come harass me. And she told me I could not file a report unless I gave the address. So I reluctantly, and I put a request in to get the conversation 911 and stuff. I intend on doing that because I got to show my landlord she's freaking out. You all sent 3 squad cars over here, and you came in my house with no warrant and came up and knocked on my bedroom door while I was undressed. What fucking excuse could you possibly have to attack the victim? I'm reporting receiving threats, horrible threats, and you come in force to my house to intimidate and provoke me and risk my living situation. Why didn't you call me for the information? Why come with a bunch of armed thugs and trespass without warrant, come in my house because I'm the victim of a crime? Why? Why did you all come? Why have 3 cars come here when I reported getting threatened and my stalkers claiming they were going to swat me, which is a threat to be taken seriously? I'm a liberal civil rights activist. I've been in jail here, and one of your officers straight told me to my face I'm a faggot. Okay? I know what's going on. I know what you're doing. And I'm not okay with it. I'm a good man. I've done nothing wrong. And the abuse, it's been too much. You all are going to snap me. You're going to break me. And I promise you, you don't want that. I promise you, it'll be worse than you could ever imagine. You need to do your jobs. Felonies get committed against me every day. There are impersonation accounts stretching back a decade. For instance, Colton Wood Vlogs. My videos upload. So when I was showing your officers the other day where they said, I'm not me. I don't look like me. I made those videos. I uploaded those videos. They pirated them, made an account with my legal name, not my brand names, put the account on there and said, hey, I'm this person. And they say a bunch of stuff like, I'm a drug addict and I'm going to rehab and sexual stuff. What?
Well, what's your actual account that you have?
I have 4 accounts. Haven't I given your officers my business card and stuff? Start with The Hard Tard. THE space HARD space TARD. In the description box of every video, there are links to the other 3, except Big Wood Vlogs is broken. They recently false flagged that channel down, destroyed the channel, and I've had to rebuild it. Now, it does exist. I do have a new one, but the links are not, all the old links go to the banned channel.
Who has FBI Party Boy?
I recognize that. I've seen that name. That's one of the stalkers.
Okay.
Maybe Anderson Henderson's group. But that's definitely one of my stalkers.
This would be one of those people that are trolling you then, huh?
Yes. And trolling is only one small part of it. This is stalking.
Okay.
And they do a hell of a lot more than that. But we didn't finish my 4 accounts. It's Big Wood Vlogs. And that's the 3rd version of Big Wood Vlogs. The Hard Tard. And that's the 4th version of the Hard Tard. Dr. Canis. That means trained dog in Latin, my service dog rights channel. That is the 2nd version of that. And Colt 45 Caliber, my gaming channel.
Okay, so you have that's the Hard Tard. That's yours.
Yes. And Big Wood Vlogs, 3 word, BIG space WOD space VLOGS.
One more time for me.
BIG space WOOD space VLOGS. Big Wood Vlogs.
Okay.
And then Colt 45 Caliber, COLT 45 CALIBER, spelled correctly. And Dr. Canis, DOCTA space CANIS. That's trained dog in Latin. And they're all linked to each other. The description box of every video has the links to the other 3, except for Big Wood Vlogs, because it was recently destroyed. So all those links go to the down channel. The new one I barely established and haven't done much with. I've been busy, but it does exist. If you do a search for Big Wood Vlogs, the third version of that is up, but barely has anything. Although I did notice, I monitored my analytics, there's a spike of almost 1,000 views and no one subscribed, so I'm guessing that's the stalkers. But yeah, you said FBI party boy. I recognize that. That is 100% my stalkers. And since that caused a criminal investigation, it is now for sure a felony. Because you can't argue that you didn't get tricked. You can't argue that it's parody. You can't argue that it's being facetious. They made you think it was me. And that's a felony. And it's interfering with my life. I have one, that's a voting day. I found that out. And two, I have something to do that day. I had a personal engagement, which for me is a very abnormal. It is, you all are interfering with my life. And you're doing so because Nazi pedophiles put you up to it. I have done nothing wrong. And that restraining order is bullshit to begin with. He's the one, Chris Magro, the harbor master, he's in bed with the stalkers. He works with them. And they are fucking messing with him. Once you touch them, you will never be rid of them. I have no control over it, and I'm completely unaware of what's going on. So I'm not to take it from what you said earlier. I'm being accused of being FBI party boy.
Gotcha.
Is that correct? Am I being accused of being FBI party boy?
That I don't know. That's why I was asking which ones are yours.
Why don't you do an investigation into it? If you've got one of my stalkers committing a felony and you can use their IP address to track them down, I'll be able to tell by the location probably, if you can give me the location of where that is. I believe it's going to be Anderson Henderson's group, but it might be Lou Stefano's. It's hard to tell, but I'd recognize it. That's old. That account has definitely messed with me for years and years and years. I don't know exactly which one of the stalkers it is, but that's because I have so many damn stalkers. But they're all the same type of person. MAGA, anti-vaccine, Biden's a reptilian, chemtrail, flat earth, tinfoil hats. They're all big guns, small penises. They're all alike. But it is horribly offensive what you're doing to me. Like you're interfering in my life because someone pretended to be me. And now that you've criminally charged me because someone pretended to be me and spoke as me, that's a brand new felony. Not like it isn't a felony. It is. Every day it's a felony that Colton Wood Vlogs continues. The neighborhood girls from up the street, their grandmother lived up the street from me when I grew up, they found me on YouTube and were excited and being positive and talked to me and said, yeah, we found you. This is great. We want to talk to you. You can fly and come see us. And they told me that they subscribed to all my channels. They subscribed to all my channels and told me what those channels were. And one of them was Colton Wood Vlogs. And I have to tell them, no, wait, no, that's my stalkers. You directly messaged my stalkers and told them, hey, I'm your childhood friend. And they asked me, does this mean we're going to get attacked? Are we going to get hacked? Are we going to get messed with? And I had to tell them, yeah, you are. And then I never heard from them again. That was it. I never even heard their voice. We only did some text messages and email. I never even had a phone conversation with them. I have no family. I have no friends. I have never heard from anyone from my childhood in 20 years. That was such a monumental blow. I was only permitted to interact. I was kept in the country by crazy military dude who beats children and beats his wife and shit, and I had no access to the community. I was kept in absolute isolation. I didn't even have light. One of the only human beings I had a chance to interact with in my childhood was Carolyn and Kimberly, my neighbors, the granddaughter of Linda up the street. And they come into town occasionally, a couple of times a year, 4 times a year. They come for a couple of days. My parents would let me talk to them. It was the only social contact I had in my life. And because Colton Wood Vlogs was up, and because they completely without my knowledge messaged my stalkers directly, triggering who knows what harassment. One of them is trans. Carolyn ended up trans, so they are going to get abused. They are going to suffer for having the audacity to say hello to me. And it could have happened to other people. There on Cultwood Vlogs, it shows 65,000 views. But there are other videos. There were over 400,000 views. The videos got taken down for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe they got flagged down. Maybe there was too much there. Like a bunch of people started talking about me and recognized that it was a fake. I don't know. But there is no way for me to know what was said and done as me, as that account. And I have reported it in every jurisdiction I've lived in for the whole 10 years that's been going on. And I have, back in Orange County, after the police wouldn't do anything, I went to city council and spoke publicly in the 3-minute public address section where anyone can stand up in the community at the council meeting. And I talked about the stalkers and how the police were failing to do anything and failing to stop the impersonation. And then I came back again. Let me finish that part. After so one of the cops in Orange County, Lake Forest, the sheriff's department, made a crack about that, about me complaining that the police wouldn't do anything about the stalkers impersonating me. And I did it. They said that and didn't think I'd do it. Hold on, I need some water. So I looked it up online. I found it was like a Tuesday night at 7 p.m. or something. I showed up and I gave that public speech about how the police were not doing anything, and I'm being stalked and I'm being harassed, intimidated, and threatened because these people say shit like, we are going to rape you and feed you your own shit off our bloody, veiny cocks. It's not an exaggeration, it's a verbatim quote. And there are many, many more. I use that one a lot because it's pretty heinous, but there are many, many more. I just don't want to fucking dwell on it and say a bunch of different ones. That's bad enough. Okay, so the next morning, I was homeless at the time. I've been homeless pretty much my entire adult life. I only just got disability and just got some housing, and I've been all this time was homeless. So I'm in the woods in my camp, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I get a phone call. And it's the sheriff's department, and they say, we want to talk to you about your stalkers. We're finally going to sit down and talk. That's something else I'm going to bring up with you, too. Why can't we have a meeting? Why can't we all sit down and, come to my house, sit here in front of my TV, and let me show you data? I have been storing data for over a decade. I have incredible amounts of evidence. But I thought they were going to do that. I thought they were going to actually fucking talk to me and actually do something. So I left my camp. I usually pack everything up, and I had a Marine Corps backpack and heavy duffel and shit. I could barely carry it all. And but I left it. I left the camp up in the woods, and I run to the police department. And I'm so excited that finally, after all these years, after a decade of abuse, and plus, my childhood bullies got involved with the same impersonation account got my high school bullying shit involved. There are people from all the way back in Kentucky and early childhood involved in this shit now. And I get up to the fucking police station, all excited, and it's a trap. And they took me 5250, put me in the psych ward. And while I was in the psych ward, they went to my camp and presumably, I don't know the timeline, but they put a notice on it saying, you must remove this in 3 days or we're going to confiscate it. And then they came back, or unless they did it all at once and just lied about waiting, presumably, they put the notice, waited 3 days, came back and took everything I owned. And I had good gear, good tent, good sleeping stuff. I had a propane grill, barbecue, cooler, ice chest, silverware, titanium sport. And I fucking had all, I always get all my shit together. I'm no fucking crackhead. I got my shit together. And they robbed me blind as punishment for speaking publicly and calling them out. And then I got an apartment in 2023 in Orange County. The government came through on an apartment for the HELP program. And it's one of those that's free for now. And I was applying for disability. When you get on disability, we're going to take a third of your income. So it was going to be like $300 a month. And it was a nice apartment. It had a garage and everything. It was a nice apartment. I loved it. And I had a little money at the time because my parents gave me a chunk of money for a quick claim to my inheritance. My grandmother left my father millions of dollars worth of land to him and his heirs, and he needed me to sign away my rights to that stuff to steal from me and take everything. And they got me to do that for $35,000, which is a fucking huge. Just the chunk we're talking about here was $4.5 million, 850 acres of land. If you have any idea how much that is. So I used that chunk of money and I set the apartment up really nice. Computer, actually, the computer's right here in front of me. Now, computer, PlayStation, I've got a cannabis grow, lights, irrigation, environmental control, the thermostat, hygrometer, filter, all that shit. I got tools for a bunch of tools and shit for the garage, and I have my bike, and I spent all this money setting it up, and I only made it 6 weeks because the stalkers were harassing me, and I called the police to report it, and they sent a whole bunch of officers over, and this one's on YouTube. Let me fucking find that real quick to show you. Let me find the name of that video real quick. It shouldn't be hard for me to get. That's a good example. I'm sitting in front of my computer right now. And it's on the hard tard. Views, make it easy. There it is. Okay, you got a pen or something?
Yeah.
They trying to evict me for calling the cops for help. 3 exclamation points. And then on the end of that, write the hard tard. That's the channel it's on. So put that string and it should pull up the exact video. It's 55 minutes and the thumbnail is one of my stalkers, Raging Rob, in front of a Confederate flag. And it shows me, I called the police on camera, and while I'm waiting on them, I continue showing evidence, and I open up a bunch of tabs and I get all the evidence ready to show them. And there's an FBI investigation into this dude for harassing and hurting other people. There's other victims that have reports. There's a whole bunch of shit. I had all this evidence ready. And the police come in force with like 5 different cars and a fire truck, and they light up the apartment complex and have everyone blocking the street. And they call me out my balcony, and I go out there, and you can see in the video, I say, "What are you doing? Why are you sending all these officers to harass me and intimidate me in my community? The stalkers are threatening me. They're telling me they're going to rape me and feed me my own shit off their bloody veiny cocks. What is this bullshit?" Well, one of you come up here to take this report. I have everything on my computer right here. I've got all the evidence lined up. I got there are other investigations into this guy for other shit he's doing. Of course, he had messaged me that day. Raging Rob is one of he's heavily armed, and he says he'll kill faggots with his biblical guns, and he's a long distance truck driver, and over the 10 years he's been bothering me. He specifically has made videos of himself in Southern California, where I was living in Southern California, proving he was local to me, he was close to me, and sending those messages to me, telling me, "Hey, Wood," actually he calls me Woods, he has an S to my name, just a misname. They have a big thing about misnaming me. And he proved that he was in Southern California and taunting me. I think the number was 6. In this video, in this 55-minute video, I believe I bring some of those up. I'm going off memory, it's 3 years old here, but I'm pretty sure I fucking show some of that. And he'll be like, in Hollywood, you know what the Walk of Stars is? With the celebrity placards and stuff? He loves Trump. So he went and stood next to the Trump one and made a video of himself showing he was in town. And there were at least like 5 or 6 of those over the 10 years. So he's intimidating me, proving that he lives in Ohio, I think. I'm pretty sure. But he's a long distance truck driver, and you know there's ports, the Wilmington ports and shit in Los Angeles, the truckers frequently come through there. And over the years, 2017, 2018, 2019, that ring, he made a video of himself in Southern California near me, like, "Hey, you're gonna die, faggot." And he's got many, many videos gone. So here's another thing you need to do. And thank you for being responsible, but thank you for listening, finally. It's very important for the safety of the community. Do a search on, I just showed someone this the other day. Get on YouTube. Do a search, Raging Rob, 2 words. And after you search Raging Rob, go to the filters. There's a filter section in the top right corner. If you're on desktop. Go to filters and on the left side there's a it's called type, a selection of types. Go to channels, bring up channels, and when you so it's only showing you channels instead of videos of Raging Rob, and look through how many fucking channels this dude has. I don't know the actual answer. It's hundreds. And these are primary accounts. And he's got guns and a bunch of them and biblical references. I'm looking right now where, by the way, the viewers and stuff, I'm recording this, of course, the viewers we're looking right now, Raging Rob holding guns and flashing guns. There's a bunch of them. And when you see how many accounts he has, you'll understand a little bit better. Like it's an insane, I do not know how many. And those are main accounts that say Raging Rob with a picture of Raging Rob holding a gun and shit. Those are not the main bulk of it. Those are called sock puppet accounts. He makes sock puppet accounts literally every day, sometimes multiple times a day. And he bullies a lot of left-wing people, gays, trans, Biden supporters, anyone that's not behind Trump, rhinos. He's one of his accounts has the sniper thing over the word rhino, like Republican in name only. He's one of the bad ones, okay? And he was part of the Troll Brigade Mafia. If you all would just fucking subpoena the original Troll Brigade Mafia stuff from 2016, I had a restraining order against Richard Crown, Megansaw pedophile. It went into effect November 2015. And I reported the hour it was issued, he was sending me messages saying I was sucking the judge's dick to earn favor. And I went straight to the police from the courthouse saying, look, he's violating, he didn't show up to court and he's violating the order. And the cops told me, we think service is invalid. Here's a little bonus. He was served by this, he lived in Orange County at the time, and I was in LA at that time. He was served by the sheriff's department in Orange County. And then after the court, and the restraining order thing has a thing about, since there's no substantial difference, it's you're considered on notice if you don't show up to your fucking court date, and the judge grants it, which he did. It goes into effect right away. And as a bonus, you have to do service by mail still. You still have to send it, even though it counts like he since he was officially served with the restraining order summons. Since he didn't respond, he's on notice that the restraining order is in effect. And the dude that did the service by mail, which he's a Megan's Law pedophile, and we used his registered sex offender address for that. The dude that did the proof of service for me is the bailiff of the judge that issued the order, Deputy Knapp in Torrance, California, South Bay, LA, Torrance. He knows me personally. In fact, if someone would call him and talk to him, he's one of those people that's on my side secretly. Like when I was getting searched out in jail and stuff, like he'd take care of me. But the police that same hour say, oh, service is not valid. And I continued to report on a daily basis, the 2015 all the way through 2018 when it expired. And they kept making excuses, saying service was bad, saying the order was too old, saying my copy was too beat up and they couldn't read it. So at that moment, I left the Torrance police station right at the courthouse. So I walked out of the police station, walked over to the courthouse, got a fresh new copy, brought it back, showed the police, tried to make a report for violation of the order. And then they say, okay, and write some stuff down. And then another violation happened the next day. And I came back and tried to report it. And they were like, what restraining order? There's no restraining order. And then Richard Crown, Megansaw pedophile, called the police and asked them on camera, is there a restraining order? Am I restrained? And the cops told him, no, you're not. You're not restrained. And he published that on his group. Oh, I didn't get to that part. After 3 months, or 3 or 4 months, the November, December, January, February of 2015, 2016, the cops weren't doing anything to enforce the restraining order. So I was trying to be a businessman and grow my YouTube, and I've been viral and was making money. I had monetized shit back then. I was making real money, $10,000. And I locked everything. I put my Facebook on private so no one could message me without being my friend. I put all the YouTube comments off, so no one could talk to anyone, no one could say anything. I took his voice. I took his ability to send me hate shit every day. And when I did that, he made his own channel that I can't just turn off or block or say no comments. And he called that channel the Troll Brigade Mafia. During the period of a restraining order, he made a group called the Troll Brigade Mafia, and he staffed it with people that are notorious bullies, like this Raging Rob guy. He's one of the earliest ones too, and if you ever subpoena the original Troll Brigade Mafia channels, you'll find all these people. 2016, Raging Rob, getting orders from Richard Carmack and Saul pedophile to violate the restraining order. So since Richard's got that video showing where the police are saying, oh, there is no restraining order, I made a video showing the restraining order, page by page, focusing on the case number and shit, encouraging everyone, look it up, go to the courthouse, do a records request. This is a valid restraining order, page by page, here it is, here's every word, the judge granted the order. And he flagged the video and destroyed the video and struck the channel, punishing the channel, risking losing the whole channel. So I made a new video in a new environment to the same thing and published it again. And he did the same thing. The process is called brigading. The Troll Brigade Mafia brigades. Brigading is when you get a group of people to simultaneously do a coordinated attack against something, a channel, an entity you don't like. And if you get enough people to do it, no matter what is the real content of the video, you can get anything flagged down. And they always do child sex. So you end up getting a notice saying your child's sexual exploitation of children has been removed and you're being punished. And if enough people lie at the same time, if they get 45 or whatever the number is, I don't know, that's guarded information. If you brigade a channel with enough people, you can get anything taken down. And they've gotten videos of like me on the bus where I was breathing too hard and got attacked by a group of blacks in South Bay, LA, and Compton, telling me they're going to kill me and shit on camera, and then they turn around and report that as child pornography. And then they take screenshots of my channel with the warning thing saying this channel has been removed for content where there's sexual exploitation of minors, and publish that. So he got the Troll Brigade Mafia to flag down the videos of the restraining order, and then issued orders to the Troll Brigade Mafia, continue attacking. All of this are violations of restraining order. And we can prove that Richard Carmack and Saul pedophile made the Troll Brigade Mafia. Because after the restraining order didn't work for 2015 to 2018, I moved from LA to Orange County. I moved to South Orange County, Lake Forest, a real nice ritzy area. I stay off drugs and shit and have a way of working my way in. They hate on you at first and try to run you out, but I know my court law. I was a law student, by the way. I fucking handle shit and end up getting grandfathered in. They eventually leave me alone because I never shoplift, I never do drugs, I don't do gangs. So I'd stay in the richest, super wealthy area and sleep in the woods and the camping trails, not camping trails, walking trails. I'm supposed to camp, but get my shit together. And I tried to get a new restraining order there. I was like, okay, new cops, new area. Oh, the police back in Torrance, California were mad at me because I had several videos go multi-million view viral with footage of the Torrance police committing crimes against me, like my famous Pizza Hut video, a 45-minute video with more views than Geely, a Ben Affleck movie. And the cops disrespected me because I blew up with footage of them fucking up. And I never did get anything off against them. I never got a lawsuit or anything, but I tried so hard. I tried my ass off. Okay, are you by a computer? Can you look up stuff right now? Can you look up Raging Rob?
Yeah.
Please do that right now so we can walk through it. Search on YouTube Raging Rob and then use the filter tab on the top right corner to put it on channels. And just right away, you'll see channel after channel after channel after channel, Raging Rob, Raging Rob. Excuse me?
Is it Raging Rob?
Yes. RAGING space ROB, search, and then put the filters, put it on channels. So it just shows the channels, not random videos. And like we're looking at it right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visible 100% the first splash screen. And if you scroll down, you'll find him with guns, and he uses some.
That video of it with the Proud Boys.
Yes, that's him. Oh yes. He does Proud Boy marches, brings guns. He goes to like Transvestite Story Hour and intimidates people there. He goes to he pulled up in a semi truck out front of a Democratic convention and was in the cab making a video saying that he was going to use this gun in his hands to kill libtards and faggots. And that video and a bunch of his videos are flagged down. You can find a bunch of bad shit on Raging Rob, but there was 100 times more that has been flagged down. The bad ones aren't up there. The bad ones are either gone or hidden. This is just a little, you can see a whole bunch of, are you looking at it now? There's the Rhino one. Yeah, you see how many. So tell me, just block them. I have spent 2 hours per day, every day, for more than 10 years. It was April 2015. And that impersonation account, the Coltonwood blogs, got John Aaron Woody, my bully from back in Kentucky, involved. And he brought with him crazy church people. And there's a dude specifically there that is a licensed arm dealer and weapons, what's the word? The dude that actually physically works on guns, like boring them out and stuff. I forget the title of that, but he's an arms dealer, and they have guns for days, and they do training, and they have body armor, and they do tactic stuff, and there's plenty of videos of Raging Rob and Lou Stefano and Richard Carmichael, all these people playing with big guns, and he's definitely got assault rifles with scopes, and Raging Rob here has a video where he says that there was a law in Arizona that changed and made his assault rifle illegal, and his stance was, hey, come and take it from me. I ain't giving it up. That's a good one for, let me get that, I don't have that account logged in here. I've got a new computer. I don't have everything set up now. Let me pull that. This one's important. There's another one of his victims did a long video. And he's got the big assault rifle with a scope. And just one moment. And remember, Raging Rob is just one of my stalkers. He is not the main one. Richard Crown Megan's Law pedophile. During the period of a restraining order, I don't think we finished that part of the story. During the second restraining order hearing, the judge only let me show one message. I said on record, I got 1 million. He let me show one. And the one I picked was the first violation of the first restraining order. The hour it was issued, him saying I was sucking the judge's dick. And the judge got pissed about it because it was offensive to him or something. Wouldn't let me show any more messages. And Crowell testified under oath, and the stenographer has it, that he did make the Troll Brigade Mafia, but claimed it was a charity group to help me, which doesn't matter. That would still be a violation of the restraining order. So he was violating the restraining order for sure and testified to it. And I couldn't get anyone to investigate or do anything about it. And I learned recently that if you're involved in a criminal conspiracy and you stop dealing with it and the criminal conspiracy continues, it gets rid of statute of limitations. He made the Troll Brigade Mafia, and he may not be piloting it right now. I don't actually know that. I do suspect he's in the background still doing shit, but I can't prove that or whatever. But the criminal conspiracy continues to this day. And the original people, there are 5 members of the original Troll Brigade Mafia. Richard Crown, Megan's Law pedophile, he made it. Gardner Earth guy, that's Robert A. Smith, convicted child abuser out of Florida. Lou Stefano, the security guard from Riverside, California, the one I confronted after he got thrown out of the Troll Brigade Mafia, and Richard doxed him, gave me his address, and I showed up and knocked on his door, and like 50 different cops came because we were all live streaming it, and an old lady that he abuses, another little crippled, sick old lady in Virginia on the other side of the country, and I've got her contact info and she'll talk to you. They swatted her. They called the police and told them she was suicidal and had a gun, and had an armed police response for her to try to get her evicted. And she actually used to be part of the Troll Brigade Mafia. She helped bully me with my service dog back in 2015. And later, she got discriminated against and ended up learning about the law about service dogs and realizing she was wrong. and kind of apologizing to me and stopping harassing me. And then the Troll Brigade Mafia turned on her and fucked her world up, and Lou Stefano won't leave her alone. So she donated money to me. This is well before I didn't drive till 2022, and this was 2019, I believe, or maybe 18. I don't want to give a wrong. I hate giving wrong information, but somewhere well before 2022 when I started driving. So she sent me money so I could get on a bus and go knock on Lou Stefano's door and confront him, and we did. We're all live streaming. Like I said, 50 cops came, and he told the cop right in front of me on camera, "Yeah, I got a gun. It's right here." And what I asked him, the reason I went to knock on his door, I asked him to come forward about Richard Crowell, Megan's Law pedophile, making the Troll Brigade Mafia during the period of the restraining order. He later sent me an email. Oh, I've got this pulled up here. Let me, where is that? I want that one with, oh, yeah, here's a quote for you from one of the stalkers, David Mueller 4924. It's a year old, but, so how is the milk from this LOL cow? Appears he's filled with milk, but I hate LOL cow milk that's still not quite ripe. There's a community of people, write this one down for sure, Kiwi Farms, Kiwi space FARMS, Kiwi Farms. And then you can add my name to find stuff about me. It's a website, and you can search on Kiwi Farms. You can search there for Troll Brigade Mafia and my names and everything. There are hundreds and hundreds of entries, videos and shit about me. And it's the whole community. It's a huge community. It's all about bullying what they call LOL cows, getting a reaction out of them to laugh at them, and they torture them for fun. And they used to have a big website like that, and one of the victims killed themselves, and the people hosting the website threw them off, and they had to go somewhere else and rebuild it and tone it down a little bit and whatever. It's still ongoing, but that's the type of people we're dealing with. It just goes on and on and on. I was trying to find here the one I sent it to someone. Here's a quote from someone. I have been in contact with Stockton Detective. They are keeping his phone for evidence for threatening to kill kids, and I'm a witness to it. See you in the court, Colton, TBM. And that's from Jojo Chibayuzo. That's another thing. You all do still have my phone, and huge numbers of messages and pictures on there. There are pictures of a gay man being tied up and his plastic bag being put over his head to suffocate him, and another one of an asshole with two hands shoved inside of it and ripping it apart, and some other snuff porn and shit, and hundreds of messages from the stalkers. That was my main phone number for a long time, one of my business cards and stuff. There's a mountain of felonies on that phone that you all got stored for me, and I was using it as I'm running out of storage. I pay $25 a month for 5 terabytes of cloud storage, and I've got 4.5 terabytes saved. Just to keep up to store the evidence of these stalkers and the police abuse over the years and years and years and years. And I'm running out. I'm gonna have to upgrade it, and the next upgrade is to go to $50 per month in perpetuity. And also with that 4.5 terabytes, I have deleted. Like I mentioned earlier in the call, my personal vlog, Bigwood Vlogs, recently went down. I pay money to back up my videos, but I only keep the important stuff like police misconduct and the stalker evidence. I can't afford to keep all my vlogs and talking about politics and hitting my big giant bong and all that in fun stuff. I can't afford to store all that, so all that gets filtered out, and the only thing I save is important shit, and I'm out of space. And I'm going to end up having to spend another $25 on top of the $25 I already spend every month forever just to keep those files. And the emails I have are part of the same. Emails don't take a lot of space, but the amount I have is so copious that it's hard to sift through it and sort through it. I should fucking... Hold on, let me pull up an email and search for that FBI party boy and see if I can get some... Because I recognize that as soon as you said, I know that was one of the stalker accounts. What did they say, by the way? Or what did, quote-unquote, I say?
In the
What am I accused of being saying? What did FBI Party Boy do?
That I don't have access to. I just found the
I found
YouTube
one.
page.
Okay, here's a message from February 9th, 2025. And it's him subscribing to me. Oh, now that I see the picture, the icon too, I recognize it because that's a video game anime character. And it's got 21 subscribers. And if you look, just go to FBI Part. You should do this on YouTube. I guess you can just search FBI Party Boy. But if I went through my email and found old messages that I saved in my Stalker account. If you, it's at FBI Party Boy 8601. As soon as I see the splash page, I see a bunch of videos about me, a glimpse into the past of Colton Wood, Colton Wood Unfiltered, Upload Spree 17, Colton Wood versus roommate, Colton Wood versus parking lot security. This is an account, and more. Colton Wood Unfiltered, Upload Spree 17, Upload Spree 15, Upload Spree 14, 13, 12, 11, 6, 5, 1, Card Fight, Complete Edition, that's me. Colton Unfiltered, Card Fraud, Changes and Complaints. Colton Unfiltered, Unjustly Charged for Services. Colton Unfiltered, Who Defends the Defenders. And I'm skipping, this is over 100. This is literally more than 100. Oh my God, this is bad. I didn't remember this from being, I've seen FBI Party before, but now, are you looking at this right now? Are you looking at FBI Party Boy right now?
Let me get to it. I was looking at Raging Rob.
Yeah, you're going to have to put a pin in that and come back. You'll never reach the bottom. It's fucking ridiculous. And remember with Raging Rob, there's a whole bunch more, but it's been flagged down or censored or hidden. The bad stuff isn't there anymore. I've seen some really bad stuff, but it's gone. This is all, it goes back to about a year, and I'm only guessing how many here, but it's easily 100. The very last oldest video on FBI Party Boy, the thumbnail says, "Maybe I'll take all my sleeping pills. Everyone seems disappointed. You're a LOL cow, not the proper attire." That's the oldest video with 70 views on FBI Party Boy. It says, "You're a LOL cow." An LOL cow is a victim to be abused for laughs. This whole channel is about me. So it's also the copyright shit. Like there's civil shit going on here too. But this entire channel, are you looking at it now?
Yeah, it's got like the little graphics, like little cartoon.
Yeah, it's got the icon is the anime girl with rabbit ears.
Yeah.
But go to the video section and look how many. Oh, the third video from go to the video section at the top. The third video has a graphic that says Nibbler is ready to be picked up from the groomers. Religious emails keep arriving in your inbox. Your inbox. This is them speaking to me. Don't leave your boat out in the guest dock unattended. You may find it sinking like the Titanic. Nibbler is ready to be picked up from the groomers is from either 2020 or 2021. I was at a Starbucks in Orange County in Lake Forest. I was homeless and trying to get my shit together, and I got a nice storage unit right across the street from Starbucks, and I had a nice laptop. So I made a video vlog about, hey, I've got a storage unit next to the Starbucks so I can go get my laptop, go and work on my business stuff, and when I'm done, put it back up for safety so I don't have to carry all that weight, and everything will be cool. And then after I make the video, I go publish it, and I sit down and do some more work, and eventually get into a game. And then the staff member starts coming up to me, and he says, "Hey, are you the guy waiting for your dog at the groomers?" And he's just said your dog. He didn't use the names or anything. And if you look at that parking lot, if you look in Lake Forest, the A1 storage in North Lake Forest, you'll see in the Starbucks, you'll see that there's a pet place, a veterinarian clinic right next to the Starbucks. So I thought it was someone talking about that. And I told him no. And a few minutes later, he came back up to me and asked me again. And I said, "Didn't I already tell you that?" No, and I was busy with something. I was doing a live stream of a video game, StarCraft game. And then the third time he came up and asked me again, and I snapped on him like, dude, didn't your mother teach you fucking manners? I'm doing something. What are you doing? But he didn't phrase it. Sorry, what?
Sorry, I was looking at the one, I think it's the one you're talking about, the one with the nibbler.
Yeah, that's what we're getting to, the nibbler. And the dude, I got rude with him after the third time at the Starbucks, okay? But I didn't understand what was going on because he never said the name, my name, or the dog's name, or anything. And I thought, you look up that the physical location, and you'll see that immediately next door, like 50 feet away, there's a vet place. So I sincerely thought he was just making a mistake and was a dumb fuck. I don't know. And I pack up and leave, and I go out in the woods where I camp, and I sit down to have my dinner, and I get 50 messages that say Nibbler's ready to get picked up from the groomers. Nibbler's the service dog that I lost when they charged me with animal cruelty in 2016, December of 2016, and took my dog. Coincidentally, during the height of that Pizza Hut video going multi-million view viral on the police fucking up. And guess who the primary witness and person giving information on me was? Richard Crown, Megan's Law pedophile, and during the restraining order period, and he came to court and he made a custom hoodie, the Troll Brigade Mafia hoodie, and had a cameraman and was taking pictures of him at the courthouse outside. It was a rainy day in LA, which was rare, and took pictures of the docket to make sure they knew he was there and interfering with my court case. And the cameraman catches themselves. It's a girl, I believe it's Lorraine Morris, and that's the wife of a cop and part of the Troll Brigade Mafia, and the one with police and their family. So they came to go, a dude I got a restraining order against came to court to try to pressure them to do shit to me. And they charged me with felony animal cruelty, and I don't have bail and stuff, so they got me to take a plea deal because they told me that they were going to keep the dog and torture the dog until I signed off on it. So I took the plea deal, got out, and that's how I lost my service dog. That's how I lost Nibbler. And then later, the stalker sent me messages saying that they adopted the dog and tortured it to death to fuck with my head, but they may have really done it. And oh, this is new. Wait a second, the FBI party boy. Oh my God, I didn't notice that. Some of it's new. The Colton's new drone. There's new shit on FBI party boy. I didn't know that. I thought it was all old. And Colton Wood versus McCann. McCann is my neighbor at the marina that they tricked him. They got him into the Troll Brigade Mafia. They told him I'm a pedophile, and he has this little canoe thing, and he'd come over by my boat and use a loudspeaker to yell at the people on the shore next to me, telling them I'm a pedophile. And he's got guns for sure. He told me he did. He's got a Bellini 22 rifle with a 30-mile round clip, several handguns, a black powder rifle that he was bragging about being unregistered and shit. And has harassed me in public several times, causing me to call the cops. Like he'll drive Bobby out, like up at the Stockton Mall. I was sitting there flying a sign, advertising my YouTube, and he drives up and fucking yells at me, calling me by my nigger name. And I called the police to report the harassment, and the police came and started doing something about him. They gave me a ticket.
And there's a video here of somebody cooking. Is that you?
Probably. I see the very first video on the FBI party boy is cooking, and yeah, it is. Terminally online individual goes offline to make lunch. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second. I'm seeing stuff that's not me on that video, though. Or is it? Oh, let me. That's not me. No. That's not me. The terminally online individual goes offline. The opening at 13 seconds, peeling a potato. That's not me. Let me see if I'm in this anywhere. No. This is not me. I thought it was me from that, because I do a lot of cooking videos. It's one of the things I do. I like to do my personal vlog and stuff. And I would have been on Bigwood Vlogs too, the one that got taken down. I do a lot of cooking stuff. That is not me. The whole video, I assumed it was. See, even I fucking make mistakes. I assumed it was because I do shit like that, but that is not me. So the whole channel looks like.
If you go to shorts, there's a chick on there.
A girl? I'm sorry, I missed what you said. I didn't understand.
Like, you know, when there's a list that says home, video, shorts. Who's this girl in shorts?
Short. Okay, the shorts. Shorts is a different tab. I just opened it right now. I don't know. I just opened it up myself. Dark entries is live. Trolls can suck my. Oh, this is gonna be another one of their victims. Yeah, they have tons of victims. You don't understand. They bully people professionally. Oh, and there's been money involved. People have been paid, like to violate a restraining order and stuff. I call it Anderson Henderson's big on that. They get paid, and there's a possibility. One of the biggest fights I've ever had is like with 24 Hour Fitness, a major, biggest gym company in the world. They wouldn't let me in with my service dog. They discriminated horribly. That's just shit that inspired me to fucking start YouTube and all that. I've suspected for a long time that those rich, powerful men are interfering and like paying stalkers to fuck with me. There's someone inside 24 Hour Fitness that works in their corporation, so I don't know who they are. They're a mole, and they started feeding me personal information, trying to help me out, including giving me like the home address and phone numbers of Frank Napolitano, which is a fucking billionaire, maybe not a billionaire, multi-millionaire, the CEO of 24 Hour Fitness. And I was able to like call this dude's mother for real and get him on the phone. And he sued me for an unlimited amount of money, over $50,000. And I went to court to try to fight it. And I got my address, that was in Harbor City, box 451 in South Bay, Harbor City, P.O. Box. A mysterious package appeared with a professional legal brief showing where he hired men to follow me. I accepted service by email and showed up for court. And he hired men to follow me from the courthouse to my campsite, which is a 3-hour bus ride, and actually in a different jurisdiction. That's what the lawyer's packet was about. I was officially in Torrance on the west side of Western Avenue, and that made the jurisdiction where they filed wrong. And they showed me a picture of the map and the borders of the jurisdictions of where my camp was. And I know that they followed me from the courthouse because the random stranger at fucking 9 a.m., a stranger comes to my camp, starts hollering my name, and I grab a baseball bat and run out of the fucking bushes like, what the fuck is this? And it's a fucking bounty hunter type dude, a dude in leathers, like motorcycle jacket, a 400-pound dude with a utility belt and taser and shit. And he had papers to serve me in the bushes where no one knows where I stay. Really, I got hunted down, and he produced a package of photographs of me being followed by him. And then they sued me for the unlimited amount of money, more than $50,000. And I put in these arguments that some random lawyer, someone I don't know, prepared this legal defense and sent it to me, an anonymous package to help me. And they ended up dropping that case. And they also tried a restraining order, the Frank Napolitano dude. And the restraining order, I showed up, and the judge wasn't having it and didn't grant it. And they did it again, failed again. And then I got arrested on a probation violation for the service dog thing. And while I was in jail, they put they summoned me for a restraining order hearing, and then they wouldn't let me go to the hearing, and it got put into place. That's how they got the 24 Hour Fitness one. And I suspected for a long time that these rich, powerful men are manipulating things and giving money to the stalkers to harass me, because I've caught them over and over and over flagrantly violating the law. My whole thing was service dog rights and the Americans with Disabilities Act. I know the law inside and out. That's what started everything. I became viral on YouTube because I was trying to show a lawyer footage of police fucking up. That's all it was. I uploaded one video under my name, Colton Wood. And it was public, but it had no search terms, no description, nothing. Just a video, and it was from Subway. Subway service dog discrimination. And that fucker went viral. The first video, I have no friends, I have no family, I didn't do social media, I got nothing and no one. I tried to show a lawyer video of cops fucking up. It went viral. And that one video was big enough that YouTube approached me and told me, you can be monetized. You can start making money. You can get money off this. And I was homeless living on the railroad tracks, and I go to the computer lab and rent a computer, and I play like StarCraft and stuff and Final Fantasy. And I went through all the clerical stuff and set it up and set up the monetization. And actually it started saying money was in the account. And I made some more videos when I get in trouble on the bus and stuff. And I actually had a video I've been saving for 2 years. The first video I ever made was January 2013. But it sat in my Google Drive account for a couple of years because I didn't know what to do with it. And then the subway incident happened. It was so bad. I was very well educated at that point. And I knew like the California Penal Code for service dog discrimination. It's California Penal Code 365.6. And I had clear references and told the police she's violating the law. I wanted her cited for this penal code, blah, blah, blah. And the cop wouldn't do it and said, oh, are you trying to hurt me, a female blonde? Well, you should watch that video. It was the first video I ever uploaded. And at the computer lab, I learned how to make YouTube videos and do a channel and stuff. And I started doing social media and making friends with people. And this is 14. And Bernie Sanders was becoming a big thing. And on Facebook, I started making friends with like political ideas. And I got all the way up to the 5,000. I had thousands of friends. And the YouTube, I'd gone viral and I had thousands of subscribers and millions of views. And I hadn't had banking since college. When I first came to California, I opened a bank account and had some money in there. And I get a call on my cell phone. And it's a robot voice telling me my account had been seized and my money was locked. And it was asset forfeiture. That the college system back in Kentucky sued me or whatever and got a judgment and fucking took my money. So I never had banking. I haven't had banking in 15 years. And the only way to get the money from YouTube is to have a legitimate bank account and have it transferred to that. So I started working on that again. And I found out, first of all, student loans don't count towards your credit. I didn't know that. And that's why I have good credit now. And I went to a bank and figured things out and got an account and set it up and really did transfer the money, about $3,000 at that time in 2014 or 15. I got the money in the bank account and I used that to buy a computer and shit and try to keep working on it. Like it inspired me to start a business. And of course, the dog also drives me. The dog changed my life. That charge with animal cruelty? That's gaslighting. I fucking fight a war for my fucking dogs. I took good care of them. Everyone knew that. But the animal cruelty they're talking about is like me buying a toy the Troll Brigade Mafia doesn't approve of. Specifically, that was a Kong ball, Kong. It's a funny shaped ball that bounces weird on the ground, so it's not as easy to track, and the dog loved it, but there's holes in the bottom and the top, and you can put treats inside and shit, and there's a problem sometimes it can happen where the dog's jaw gets stuck on it, and that's a thing. So the stalkers lit me up and said I'm doing animal cruelty for giving my dog that toy. This is the level of ridiculousness we're talking about. And also like playing fetch in a parking lot. I took damn good care of my dogs. And everyone knows it. But the police got pissed when my shit went viral and retaliated with the animal cruelty charge and took the dog. And also we're tired of hundreds of calls. The buses were bad in Torrance and Gardena. There'll be more than one call per bus ride. Like you have to transfer between buses. So the first bus, we have to have the cops out in a huge ordeal. Second bus, an hour later, same thing. Hundreds of these. The cops were tired of dealing with me. But the dog changed my fucking life. It helped me. I have autistic and I have a problem with beating myself. I hit myself in the head a lot. And the title of the function of the dog is interruption of self-mutilation. Someone taught me about this. Someone showed me the law, and I researched the law and looked at it. And any service dog, any dog's been trained to perform a task that mitigates a mental or physical disability. I saw someone else with that title, interruption of self-mutilation. And my main problem is beating on myself. It's caused problems throughout my life. It's scared roommates. It's fucked with my parents. I got my dad to beat me. It's a whole other fucking thing. School was a big one. Jail is a real big one. People freak out in jail. I hit myself in the face. It just fucking happens. And when I saw that the interruption of self-mutilation is a task you can have a service dog for, I was like, that was for me. That works for me. That's important. But like the pizza video, the biggest video of all time, I tell the police that the dog's for interruption of self-mutilation, and they start saying things like, oh, you told us about hurting yourself. Do you need to go 5150? I've been 5150. I've lost count, but it's like 70 times, and 5250'd 7 times. And of the 7 5250s, I won 6 of the writs of habeas corpus. I only lost 1, and that was in Riverside. And the judge turns over the custodial authority to the doctor at that point. They can hold you however long they want. You're not a free human being anymore. And the doctor, I convinced my stalkers, false flag all my videos, and even if they don't get them taken down, they get them locked as adult content. So like the video in question, which is of me taking a baseball bat to someone's fucking dome, it's locked behind identity check, because you have to say you have to log into an account and be an adult before you can view adult material. So a general public that's not logged into an account cannot view those posts. So I was telling this psychiatrist in the psych ward, I swear, if you watch the video of me smacking someone in the head with a baseball bat, you'll understand it was justified in self-defense. And I convinced him to go home on a private computer and log in and use an identity, proves he's an adult, and watch the video. And when he saw the video, he came in on his day off on Sunday to release me. And this was only 48 hours after the judge gave him authority to hold me however long he fucking wants. That's the only one of the 5250s I lost. The other 6 I won. The judge ruled in my favor. And one of them in Orange County, the judge took the lawyers and had a in-chambers meeting. And they went in there, talked about something, didn't tell me what was going on, came out, and the judge firmly ruled in my favor. And this is all over the same threats, by the way, of slaughtering children to trigger an investigation to stop this madness. Because I've done everything under the sun, and it's the only thing that seems to work, which is another important point. The reporting to the police, getting a restraining order, showing up on his doorstep and knocking on it, none of that had any effect. But in late 2016, the Troll Brigade Mafia, on their channel, on videos of me being stalked, physically stalked, of me riding a bicycle and someone in the car behind me recording me and reporting my position to Richard Carmichael, pedophile, founder and leader of the Troll Brigade Mafia, my location. And this is like following me around and stuff. And people were tripping. The members of the Troll Brigade Mafia were saying things like, hey, this is too extreme. Physical stalking? What if he kills himself and we get in trouble? What if it blows back on us? What if he actually does something and we all get in trouble for this? You're going too far. And that right there on as a reply to that comment on the video of me being stalked is where I come in and make the famous threat. If the cops don't do something about this nonsense, I'm gonna fucking commit an atrocity to trigger an investigation. And maybe the last thing I ever do, but they're gonna find every one of you motherfuckers. And it scared a bunch of them off. It worked. It knocked it down like a 95% reduction in how many pedophile attacks I got every day. The only thing that ever worked was making them think it might affect them, might blow back on them. It's the only thing that works.
What was the name of the group again?
Troll Brigade Mafia. But we have to subpoena the records. The original channels are flagged down or taken down or hidden. I don't have access to information. But if you subpoena the original Troll Brigade Mafia channels, there's several of them. Troll Brigade Mafia, Troll Brigade Mafia 2, and that's the biggest one. The 2, that's where my threat was, or conditional statement. Actually, let's be proper, since I talked to a lawyer and shit about that. Conditional statements are protected First Amendment speech, which is another reason I use that threat. I've been verified. I've had a judge tell me that's legal, and clearly I was provoked and all that. It's been decided. And Troll Brigade Mafia 3, that's important because it's Lorraine Morris, the wife of a cop in Redlands, California. I know who that is because the hackers, Richard was collecting money from wire transfers from the Troll Brigade Mafia members across the country, sending him money, and he was giving it to hackers in LA. And they were fucking with me. And he at one point collected money from the Troll Brigade Mafia and pocketed it, kept it for himself, pissing off the hackers. And then they, feeling sorry for me because they were basically the mercenary work and hurt me, contacted me and gave me information showing me things like Lorraine Morris with her daughters who are in Police Explorer cadets and her husband in Redlands, California. And this is important with Lou Stefano, because when I went to his house and knocked on the door, I forgot to tell you why I got Lou Stefano's address. Lou Stefano, Richard Kyle Megan's little pedophile, and Lorraine Morris were at a party getting high on crystal meth. And Lou Stefano sexually assaulted. He groped the tits of Lorraine Morris publicly. And the cop freaked the fuck out. And the email, I have an email from Lou Stefano about this after I went to his house and tried to get him to come forward about Richard Kyle Megan's little pedophile. He said that Richard's cop family member came to his house and put a gun to his wife's head in retaliation for sexually assaulting his wife, and told me point blank, I'm more scared of Crow than I am of you. Let me fucking, let me try to get that email, because I want to quote that one verbatim. Lou Stefano. And by the way, thank you again so much for listening. Here's a good one. You're on YouTube. While I'm searching for this email, look up this one, like you did Raging Rob. Put the Salty Rant on YouTube. First one pops up. You'll see. I think that's go to the video section and you'll know there's only fucking 20 videos here. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 27 videos here. He's been doing this for 10 years. There are thousands of videos hidden. There are so many. If you get a subpoena on this Salty Rant project, you would shit yourself when you see how many stalking videos he's made about me. But also, I'm not his only victim. There are other victims tossed in there. A couple of weeks ago, there was one actually. Yep, there is one here. Down in the middle section. It's almost all about me, but in the middle, there's this one. Bradley provides no receipts about being a so-called Leo, law enforcement officer. 15-minute video. Police whacker. That's another one of his victims. I've seen many of his victims. I don't know these people. I don't know anything about them, but there are other people he does this to. Most of the videos up there are about me. And if you got off a subpoena on this channel, you would get literally 1,000 videos, many of which are about me, provoking me, intimidating me, and the early stuff would be under the period of the restraining order. He was this is Lou Stefano, one of the primary members of the Troll Brigade Mafia. Richard went to staff the Troll Brigade Mafia with people who bully. Lou is a professional bully, and he recruited him to bully me. And there's other groups. This one you have to look up too. Frauditor Troll. Frauditor space TROLL. Frauditor Troll. Comes right up, and you'll notice it has 69.6 thousand subscribers. Okay, I was talking to your 911 dispatch earlier today, and she hung up on me when I told her that there were over 100,000 people tormenting me and threatening me and trying to get me killed by doing things like telling the people around me I'm a pedophile. So if you add my name to that, let me check this to make sure it's still up. So far, they're Troll Colton Wood. I'm not seeing it on the top because there's hidden videos here too. Oh, there's one. There's I know that dude. Forget his name. There's a famous auditor I've seen. I am not seeing me, and I found it before really easy, so it's been hidden. What happens there is there's some conversation where weird or perverted shit gets said, and they hid it. So there were video. If you subpoena again, you can find it. I was on here. They had several videos about me. And if you just look at any one of their videos, they have thousands of videos. Any video, they bully people that film the police. They call them auditors. You know what a First Amendment auditor is?
Yeah,
I have never done any audits. Not that I object to that. That's fine. They got the rights and stuff. I am not involved in the auditing community whatsoever. I don't do audits. But they accuse me of being a frauditor. And I know that it's the frauditor troll group because I get messages all the time calling me a frauditor. I don't do audits. I have nothing to do with audits. When I film the police, it's because I'm interacting with me. And in recent history, it's almost all over the stalkers. And then before that, it was the service dog and criminal fucking shit. And they're bragging about, like, frauditor arrested in court. He's in jail now. Every one of these is about bullying someone that records the police. And what they do is they take our whole video and they put just a little bit, like 3 seconds of other animation or something on a title screen and put our video up and make money off of it. And then if you go to the comments, they're talking about how they're going to do coordinated targeted harassment. Not just me, many other people. They're like, hey, I don't like this guy over here. Can we get some more bullying? Like, they do coordinated targeted harassment. And I'm not finding right now, which is scary. This is scary when you're in jail and shit. It's scary trying to tell your public defender and shit, which, oh, the public defender called me crazy, did a competency violation, sent me to the Metro Hospital and fucked my life up and I lost everything just now because of all this shit, saying it. And I can't find the Colton Wood videos on Frauditor Troll quickly. Like I thought in the past, just searching Frauditor Troll Colton Wood would pull it up. But I'm not seeing them right now, so either they changed the name or they took down those videos. I don't know. Let me look. There's one that pulled up under my name. Let me look and make sure I'm not on this video. Nope. For some reason it pulls my name up, but it's a video about another dude. And maybe I'm in the comments or something. I don't know, but it's if you go to that channel and search Colton Wood, it pulls up this one video, but I'm not seeing, unless the comments here somewhere. Here, let me quote one of the comments. All frauditors should be in jail, but Eli seems especially dangerous. So they're pushing for arresting people that document what the police does. And these are all white supremacists, militias, thin blue line. They don't want to make it harder on filming police makes it harder for the police to abuse minorities. So they don't like that. And I have no problem with auditors, but I don't do audits. But I get the frauditor troll group bullying me. And I'm not seeing why this pulls up with my name, but I fucking swear on my service dog, there were multiple videos about me. And they had thousands of views, and on those videos, on Frauditor Troll, the original Troll Brigade Mafia showed up. Gardner Earth guy, Geg, the Robert A. Smith, the convicted child abuser from Florida, he was there in the comment section on Frauditor Troll about me. So if you subpoena, you could get those videos, but they have been hidden or made private or flagged down. I don't know. And that's scary because evidence disappears, and that's why I pay $25 a month for trying to save all the data I can. Because I've been taking 52. That's one of the judges that ruled in my favor. I got taken 5250, made it to the writ of habeas corpus. We get into court, and then the government tells the judge, we didn't take screenshots or pictures of anything, and it disappeared. And I physically collapsed. Like, I smack my head on the table. I fucking just collapse on the fucking table like, you fucking idiots. You're dealing with stalkers and impersonation, and you didn't screenshot, you didn't record the data, and they had nothing. It's fucking ridiculous. And I don't know why these videos were pulled down, but I'd like to, but I swear, there were Frauditor Troll videos about me, and right there, there's 911 operator that hung up on me this morning, saying that it's ridiculous that 100,000 people are bothering me. This is 69,000. That's just one of them. Here's another one. Let me pull it up right now, make sure. Unclean Hands. Yep, that's him. Retired cop, likes to bully libtards. Now, my name. Yes, if you type Unclean Hands Colton Wood First video that pops up on a YouTube search is my big old face. Frauditor Colton gets immediate harbor contract termination. It's from 1 year ago. It's talking about, I was only there 6 weeks. When I showed up to town at the harbor with my yacht, I only made it 6 weeks. And they were fucking, I was coming into town. They were doing phone bombardments. And I'd be driving down the freeway, and my phone's ringing off the hook, and I can't look at my navigation, and I have to take my eyes off the road and get to the number that's calling me and hit the block and set up blocking for it. And then 30 seconds later, they'd start calling from a new number, spoofing it, and a new number, and a new number, and a new number, just over and over and over and over. They were just on fire with me. The very first, if you put in a YouTube search, unclean hands, Colton Wood. Right here we can see the very first video is about me and about them fucking up my boat and stuff. And the second video, Frauditor Colton W. is out of jail, boatless and living large on your dime. So they're complaining about me going to the homeless. That was something big when I lost the apartment I had in 2023. I was only there 2 months. They're just, and they're harassing me where I'm at now, trying to get me evicted where I'm at now. Are you looking at unclean hands now?
Looks like there's a lot of stuff on your phone. Hello?
Yeah. There's a bunch. And the second video, Frauditor Colton W. is out of jail, boatless, and living on your dime. And if you go look at the comments here, I'm looking at it right now. Looking to live life as a freeloader. Absolutely ridiculous that he gets that much assistance. Talking about bringing back mental institutions and putting me in there. This is called hate watching, by the way. Are you looking at unclean hands?
No. I have to go on Durocon a bit.
Okay, man, I really appreciate you talking to me, but there is so much more. Could you all have an officer come over and fucking sit with me for a couple of hours and let me show you on my computer and show you all this stuff in great detail? Oh, I forgot the email, Richard, the Lou Stefano one.
Have you flagged those accounts as offensive?
That's in the past, yes, but it's extremely dangerous. If I flag them, it will trigger retaliation. And look at Raging Rob, like how many accounts it has. I'm scared to flag them. All I do is block them. I block everything that looks suspicious. I block so excessively. I know that I block people that weren't really bullying me, but I just don't want to leave any chances. Like if I flag them, 69,000 people from Florida Troll are going to come flag and take everything I have. I made that mistake in the past, yes. Like with Lou Stefano, I flagged videos of him with guns and him saying he was going to do bad things. And he sent me messages back saying, "Oh, you want to flag? You want to play that game? You want to flag? Let's flag. Let's do that." And they start flagging my shit. They flag every single post I make on every platform as child pornography. Every single one. And I used to have a monetized channel, or several monetized channels. And I would go through and show the analytics. Like I would have a video where I go into Planet Fitness and ask them about their service dog policy. And it will be declared adult content for sexual stuff and talk about protecting minors and abusing children and shit. They flag everything, and that demonetizes the video. It turns the green symbol to a yellow symbol, and you don't get any money for it. And they flag every video. And there's a chain, like in 19, maybe 2020, when I started making my Patreon. I made a video on YouTube advertising the Patreon, encouraging people to join it and sign up and donate. They flagged the video as child porn. So I made a second video trying to get people to put out there. And when it's flagged, when it's adult content like that, when if they decide, oh, it's adult content, they restrict, like I was saying earlier about you have to be logged into an account and prove you're an adult before you can see it. They also don't share your video. They don't show recommendations. Like people who are subscribed to me don't get a notice that I put a video out if it's declared adult content. So it's not like a full release. Everyone doesn't see it. I was trying to get word out about my Patreon. So I believe the number was 7. I did 7 in a row, and the first 6 all flagged. And the 7th one, I think, and maybe the 8th, and it's been fucking 4, 5 years, 6 years. But I said, okay, they're false flagging everything I do. Here, and I gave my speech about Patreon. Here's the Patreon advertisement. I'm like, look, I tell you what, if you false flag this, I'm gonna fucking slaughter children to cause an investigation and find you fuckers out. Now you would think, since I said the Patreon thing, that it just gotten flagged 6 times in a row, it should already be flagged. And then I say, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill children if you don't fucking stop this shit. And guess what? That video did not get flagged and did not get restricted and was fully released. So I was like, okay, well, maybe they just stopped. And I made another video, normal, just saying, please check on Patreon, please subscribe, donate, all that. It got flagged. So I decided, okay, I'm going to make another video, and whatever they're lying to the algorithm and claiming I'm saying sex stuff or all this shit, I'm going to make a video, and I put the title as one word, Patreon. I spoke one word, Patreon. In the description, I put one word, Patreon. I published the video and expecting this all happens, like all my videos get flagged within like 1 minute of being posted to night or day, 24/7. I think they have a computer doing it. But the video didn't get flagged. I was like, oh, fuck, I found a way. A video so simple, like they can't, because of grammar and stuff, they can't claim I'm making a threat or claim I'm impersonating or something like that because it's one word. Okay, 24 hours later, they flagged it as spam and scams, accusing me of making a video that wasn't about anything just to get views, like a fake video. And that's a strike on the channel that could take the whole channel down, destroy everything on the channel. So the only thing that got my voice out there, that freed my voice, was threatening to slaughter the children. Everything else was silenced. There are tons of stuff like that, traps that I've made to out them, to show them over the years and years. Here's one you gotta check out. Let me. Yeah, write this one down. My stalker, Lou Stefano, STEFANOU, shows up in person. My stalker, Lou Stefano, shows up in person. This is from Lake Forest, where I'm going about my business. I go into Taco Bell. I have my nice computer. There's an outlet. I sit down, make my little office thing, plug up, start working. And my long-term stalker, one of Richard Crowell, Megan's Law Pedophiles, original Troll Brigade Mafia, the one I went to his house, knocked on his door, and sent me the email about, hey, I'm more scared of Crowell than you because Crowell's cop family member put a gun to my wife's head, sits down next to me. Unbeknownst to me, he's been live streaming all day, following me, stalking me, and him and his heavily armed buddy, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but he's got a buddy in Orange County there. Fucking were stalking me, and they show me video of my campsite in the woods because they went out and found my campsite for my videos that I had made. They figured out where it was and showed themselves in the campsite, and they went to the gym and told them that I'm a child molester and shit. And I called the police, of course, on the spot, 911, and he tries to leave, and I fucking hold him there. I'm like, you ain't fucking leaving. And he was by himself the whole time of the video. And when I fucking held him there, his buddy pulls up in a truck like he was watching from the back. And dude, I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but he's definitely got a gun. He's a retired cop. And the police get there, and I'm like, I want to press charges. This dude has been stalking me. He violated the restraining order. He's impersonated me. He's got, he's organizing criminal activity, wire fraud, racketeering, like all this shit, criminal threats. I want to press charges. I want to press charges, and they wouldn't let me and let him go. And also took their sweet time coming. And I filed a civil suit against him. And when I went to court for it, I tried to find the right courtroom. I went in a courtroom. I asked the personnel, and they took me down the hallway to a waiting room where there were a whole bunch of people and said, no, you wait in here. Okay, yes, ma'am. I sit down, wait. He's in there. He's next to me. And I get on my phone and I start pulling up videos, getting ready for court, about him talking about how he's got friends in the police, and he's got special protection, and they're on his side, and he's a thin blue line guy. He's a security guard by trade. And while I'm doing that, he gets on the phone with the clerk at the courthouse and tells them that I'm not there, that I never showed up. And I didn't get to check in because I tried to check in and they directed me over there. I thought they waited till you're called. And he put it on speakerphone right at the end. I got one earbud in and I'm listening. I'm literally listening to him to talk about how his family protects him for police stuff and getting ready to show it to the judge. And he puts his phone on speakerphone and was like, oh, well, if he's not here, then you can go now. And he gets up and starts to leave. And I stand up and scream and like, stop him, don't let this happen. And the bailiffs had to come and restrain me and let him fucking get out of there. And he ran and left. And then I get in front of the judge and I'm like, he's here. He fucking lied and said I wasn't here and left. And I don't know what to do. And the judge's like, okay, well, we're going to reschedule this. And we rescheduled it for a different date. And on that day, I had someone staying in my apartments. When I had that apartment in 23 in Orange County that the government got me, I went to court, and on the way, there was an accident on the highway and people had dropped stuff, like there's a ladder and there's some trash in the road. And I stopped my bike and get off the motorcycle and went and clear the stuff out of the road and get back on the bike and go to court. And he doesn't show up. And the judge is really dismissive of me and didn't fucking give a shit and told me to get back to me, but never fucking heard from him, never got a result from it. And later that night, I get messages from the stalkers talking about me stopping to get that trash out of the road. And I didn't mention it to anyone. I don't know, fucking nobody. There's no way they could have that information unless they were following me that morning. So they follow me as I leave for court. And I think they were going to hit me. I had a nice apartment. I had the cannabis grow. I had thousands and thousands of dollars of shit in there. They went to my apartment and someone was there. I think they were going to rob me while I was at court. And it just saved me that Matrix, the dog, the Romana's dog, was there and shit. And it saved me. But there's tons of shit like that. Like the video I was talking about with the threats of killing children originated, they stalk me and I don't know. That happened in Torrance a lot. There was dozens of videos of me being stalked, and it would happen in the morning, like 10 a.m. And then at night I'd be eating dinner and they'd send me links to a video of me. And I did not know I was being stalked. And my stalker that I have a restraining order against is bragging about, look, I got your location. I know where you are now. And the police won't do shit. And that's all in Torrance. That's why I moved to Orange County, built a new life there, tried to get a second restraining order there, and the judge denied it. The judge just shut me down. I think the judge knew that Richard was under protection for the cop thing. He only let me say one message, and I picked the first restraining order violation, him talking about me sucking the judge's dick the hour the restraining order was issued. So that was in Orange County. And after I lost that apartment, my disability came through and I got on disability finally. They didn't overlap. I never had that money in the apartment. So I get the disability and I get set up in a room. I rent a room in a nice little house in Brea in North Orange County. And it's $1,000 a month. It's a decent little room. I got all my TV and my computer and stuff there. And they start harassing me there. And they get a hold of the landlord and tell him a child molester. He gets drunk one night and tells me he saw the YouTube stuff about me being a child molester and he had a kid in the house. And long story short, he threw me out. And there was a time the police were abusing me in Lake Forest, and I filled out an official complaint form and took it into the police sheriff's department to file a written complaint. They had never seen me drive before, but I just got my license straightened out and just got that motorcycle, the first motorcycle, and I had a motorcycle learner's permit. Which are you familiar with motorcycle learner's permits?
Yeah.
Okay, you're allowed to drive on public roads with a permit, unless it's at night or on the freeway or in bad weather. I think there's one more restriction, but you're allowed to drive. It's a valid legal license. And I was taking a safety training course, and I was doing it right, but I was doing nothing wrong. But I pull up, and they say, well, first of all, we're going to do a probation search. Oh, did we ever finish that part of the story? The Starbucks thing with them telling me Nibbler's ready to get picked up from the groomers. I went back to Starbucks and tried to talk to the staff after I found out the stalkers were putting them up to harassing me. And I told the staff about it. I made a video about that and published that. And I came back another day, and they confronted me and were like, okay, we're going to trespass you and throw you out of here. And I told them, like, dude, I'm fucking trying to get the police to take a report. The stalkers called you and manipulated you into fucking attacking me. Okay, I'll leave, but you got to talk to the cops first, all right? And they agreed with me. They said, okay, we'll wait and talk to the cops. And I set up my laptop, and I got the cops coming, and a random woman, a big fat blonde bitch, MAGA, starts bullying me. And I got recordings of all this. I have camera recordings, and she bullies me. She is trying to get me out of there, and I'm trying to get the evidence ready of the stalkers manipulating Starbucks into attacking me to make a report about that to the cops. And this was important because it's the Starbucks right across from my storage unit, so it would give me a place to work and a way to make progress and stuff. So the police get there, and everyone lies about what's happened, and they arrest me for felony criminal threat to take me to jail. And then I end up having to plea out because I don't have bail money. And I pled out the misdemeanor criminal threats. I was on probation. And then they used probation as an excuse to fuck with me on and on and on and on and on, even though they knew I was not only completely innocent, I was the victim. And the probation, when I show up at the fucking sheriff's department to file I have a printed out written official complaint and it was about the cops not doing anything about me being attacked. That's one you've got to see. Oh shit. Oh, I fucking hit the wrong button. I closed the whole thing out. The one with the black family attacking me. That was an inconvenient timing. That you've got to see that because he tells me flat out at the end it's because he read about me online. And I'll get you the minute mark. I think it was 45 minutes something. Yep. Write this one down. A black family attacks an atheist. A black family attacks an atheist. And if you go, let me get the timing exactly right. I think it's 41 minutes. It's been a couple of years. Yeah. Listen, I'll play it.
Well, you get in front of my motorcycle. You go.
I'm parked on a public street. I've never met these people. I've never had one word with them. And they approach me and tell me I can't be in their neighborhood, call the cops on me. And he's going to tell me in a second that I'm not allowed to be there. This is kidnapping. This is a fucking capital offense. And he's going to hurt me.
Get on. We're waiting on the cops. Huh? You don't own the whole neighborhood. We're waiting on the cops.
Waiting on the cops for what?
You come deal with this. She's saying I can't park in this neighborhood.
Yeah, but you don't live here, man. You don't live here. Do you live here?
I did live here. I lived in the woods nearby.
This is on, because I already got a dude over here that was parked in this car. It said it was not a public street. And I already had the police look up.
I said that backwards. It is a public
it's
street.
It's not. This is public.
You're making them uncomfortable.
No, what happened was a religious zealot pulled up here and had a 20-minute conversation with me telling me I need to come to Jesus. She overhears it, and when she found out I'm an atheist, she came out here and decided to run me out of the neighborhood.
I don't care if you're an atheist, whatever.
She does. She overheard the conversation and decided to lay into me. But I got every right to be there as much you. Now, what about this car? You see this parking space? You can't block the wheelchair accessible part of the sidewalk. That's actually wrong. Okay, she can't park 40 feet away, right over there.
But what's your deal, though, man? You don't live here, though, bro.
What does it matter?
It matters tremendously.
It matters tremendously.
You've had issues with people around the way, man. Like
Right
a lot
here.
of people know you that don't know you. You feel me? Like a lot of people have read about you that don't know you.
A lot of people have read about me that don't know me.
Oh, dude, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Okay? I'm just letting you know, man.
So you know who I am too.
Look, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Well, that
You
pretty
know
much
what I'm saying?
reveals it. She didn't reveal that till.
Oh, no, I'm telling you that straight up.
Okay,
Look,
I figured as much.
Look, and I'm letting you know, look. If
I figured that's why the lady
listen,
stopped and
listen,
talked to me,
listen,
too.
If it comes down to the cops coming and arresting me because I'm beating the fuck out of you, it'll be that way. Because I don't give a fuck. I'll go to fucking jail. Even if you want to say the cops will come here, this, and that, I don't give a fuck about that. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from. I'm trying to come at you right, but you're coming at me with all this bullshit.
Come on, actually, you cannot even bother me.
Oh, bro, I'll beat the living shit out of you. And if they take me to jail, then that's fine. You feel me? Look how much bigger you are than me. I don't give a fuck. This is what I do. I'll beat the living shit out of you, dude. I'm letting you know right now. Get on your bike and get the fuck out of here.
We're waiting on the cops. They
Kidnapping.
told me not to move till they get here.
Told you not to move till they get here.
Mhm.
Really? You're gonna move right now. You're gonna move right now. We're gonna go at it, you and me. I'm letting you know right now.
Do you hear how clear those threats are?
Yeah, where was that at?
That was in Lake Forest, California. I can look up the exact address if you want, and you can see the whole video. I think I give it to the 911 dispatch it's a 45-minute video. But he's read enough about me that he's willing to risk going to jail and say he'll fuck me up if I don't leave right now. And he threatened me a whole bunch of other. And this is people I've spoken to in my life. I'm just parking on a public street in the closest legal parking to my campsite. I have to walk a big chunk from there, but I go out in the woods and sleep on the trails. And I keep such a clean campsite that the people that clean the trails and stuff, the forest management people, they let me get away with it because I take care of everything and I don't leave so much as a fucking toothpick on the ground. Like I'm a master of being homeless. And this is just where I park. And we're sure about the religious zealot there. Before I got on the motorcycle, my back was really hurt, and I got on the ground to stretch it and pop my back. And some crazy Christian zealot stops and starts preaching to me, telling me to come to Jesus to heal my back. And I'm arguing with her back and forth because I hate religion. I'm an atheist. I'm against all that anti-science shit. I'm a science nerd. And we have she keeps harassing me. And I don't bother recording it because she's not using a negative tone of voice or being hateful. Like, she's one of those preachers. Like, she specifically said, you're going to burn in hell and the pain will be so bad you won't even be able to breathe. Fucking just crazy religious zealot, whatever. And then she finally leaves. She actually had to move like 3 different times to let cars by her and come back to keep harassing me. And all I'm doing is laying on the ground hurt. And then as soon as she leaves, this woman, the one, let me pull that back to the very first of the video.
Check my tags for what? All my papers are legit.
Let me tell you something. You don't live in this area. Up in here, you don't live up in here. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't live up in
I'm
there.
saying they check your
It's
tags.
public parking. It's public parking.
Right, go on, look at these later. You gotta go.
All right, man, but can we talk again later? Can we have a meeting? Can we, there's so much, we can't get it all in one. I never found that email about Lou Stefano saying that he's more scared of Crowell than me.
So we gotta start doing is writing down all those YouTube channels that are not yours.
I gave you, those are 4 that are mine. There's literally tens of thousands that aren't. The 4 that are mine are obvious, but is there any way we can get these charges dropped? Can you get these charges dropped? I've got shit to do that day. It's an important day. I
I have no control over dropping charges. That's gonna be at the DA's office.
Can you talk to the DA and tell him you found out it's impersonation, it wasn't me?
That's why you have to take those screenshots.
I've got a million screenshots. Yeah, well, can we talk later again or have a meeting or something? Can we set something up?
You have to try to set up a meeting with the DA's office, not with me. I have no oversight over that.
No. Beyond not this case, but in general, I still need help with the stalkers. I want them prosecuted for impersonation, fraud. They tricked me into sending them money and stuff. Criminal threats. Telling me they're going to rape me and feed me my own shit off their bloody veiny cocks. I need help with this. It's ongoing.
All this stuff happened in Stockton or all over the place.
there's a bunch that's happened here. We're covering the history going back in time to hit highlights and stuff. But like Mike McCann, that was my neighbor at the marina, and he showed up to court and intimidated me in custody. He was waving at me and wiggling his fingers and shit and sneering at me in custody. And I had to go to court on the outside and had the lecture from the bailiff about how you're not supposed to do that, and it's a crime just to fucking communicate with someone, including with gestures and shit, in custody. Mike McCann did that, and Mike McCann is a part of the Troll Brigade Mafia. If you look up Colton, call me Colton, CALL space ME space Colton, COLTON. It's a channel they run that's me photoshopped as a transvestite, and all the stalkers are there, including Mike McCann. They're talking about like AI generated art of my boat being burnt and me being burnt alive and shit like that.
Well, I'll see what I can do. I'll give you a call back.
Please do, anytime. I'm desperate for
All
help.
right.
Thank you.
See you later, Colton.
No, at least he listens. It seemed like he was looking some of that shit up. He looked up Raging Rob, and that's alone right there. And I specifically told him that the bad ones were not even there. That was all the crazy amount that is there is not even the bad ones. Like Raging Rob is bad. If you fucking searches through that shit, you know how much shit. Guns for days, all that shit. Like it. Like the dude here on A Black Family Attacks an Atheist, he told me he's gonna beat the shit out of me. And the cops get there, and the first thing to do is stop me from recording. This is gonna be bitched to upload.